Hi, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to make a really quick video, and this is going to be about cutting, trimming, sealing, oiling, dusting. I know that's a lot of different topics, but it's really simple. So I've been asked a couple of times about when to cut your hair, or trim, or dust, and I just want to break it down for you. If you are natural and you're not putting any chemicals in your hair, such as relaxers, colors, any kind of perm treatments, anything like that, then there really shouldn't be a need, or heat. If you're not putting heat in your hair, there shouldn't really be a need for cutting your hair if you want to grow it long. Not unless you want to keep it short. But some people talk about knotted ends on your hair and everything. The best way to get rid of knotted ends is to seal your hair, and I'll get into that when I talk about sealing. So really quick, back to cutting. I know some natural people say cut your hair if you want to be healthy every 6 to 8 weeks or whatever, but if you're not putting any chemicals in it, it should be growing out healthy. If it's dry, then you need to switch products. You need to use a product that is ensuring moisture and growth in your hair product. So if you're natural, if your hair is dry, your ends are dry, and you're cutting them every 6 to 8 weeks, and you want length, that's not going to get you length. You have to get on a length retention system. So a natural length retention system is using a product that will moisturize your hair and seal in the moisture, because if the moisture is not being sealed in, your hair is then turning dry. And when your hair is turning dry, your ends are getting dry and damaged and split. So in order to retain length, you have to seal in the moisture. So that's if you're natural, not putting anything else in your hair, hardly ever using heat. You shouldn't be cutting your hair every 6 to 8 weeks, because you shouldn't be getting that much damage. And if you are getting damage, it's because of the products that you're using. It's not sealing in moisture. So if you are relaxed and some people say, oh, you get a trim with each relaxer or whatever. Well, you'll see a little bit of growth, but you won't see your maximum full potential of growth. So if you're relaxed, you should be using a dusting method. And a dusting method should be followed up after. Okay, you should get an initial trim, and then you should be dusting from here on out. And dusting should be followed up by sealing your hair. So a dusting method is, let me show you really quick. If you take your hair and my hair isn't relaxed, it's natural, but I'm going to show you how to dust your hair. Okay, this is the ends of my hair. As you can see, they're not in bad shape. But if I was to dust my hair, I would take a section of hair. Sorry about that noise. I would take a section of hair, and when I saw that the hair was splitting or any kind of damaged piece of the hair, I would go ahead and trim that particular piece of hair. I wouldn't go and trim the entire hair until I have a blunt end, because if I was to trim like this, I'm trimming all of the length from here. So what I would do is, and my ends aren't even split or bad or need to be dusted, but if I had any kind of ends where you can see through them, I would go ahead and take just the tips of those off. And as soon as I take the tips of those ends off, I would then go through. So you want to section your hair when you're getting ready to dust. I would then go through with a nice oil sealant, and I do make a growth oil. It's on my website. My website is justblaque.com. I would put the oil in my hands and I would seal the ends of my hair in a downward motion. And those with oily hair, you can do this as well, and you can use it as a hot oil treatment after you dust. So if your hair is naturally oily, or if you have a straight texture hair where you're prone to have more oily hair, you can also get the growth oil, put just a little drop in your hands, rub it in, and seal the ends of your hair. So you want to seal the ends of your hair. And like I said, you know, it's really nothing wrong with my ends because I've been sealing them for so long that they don't even get dry and split anymore. They just automatically seal. And this is the same. I haven't went over my hair with any heat from the initial flat iron that I did. I believe it was last week. This is the same flat iron hair. And it's just really moisturized and sealed really well. And it's not oily. So that's how you seal your hair. And like I said, if you have an oily hair, if your hair is straight, if your ends are straight, you can use a sealing treatment as a hot oil treatment. You know, just warm it up a little bit. After you dust your hair, you seal it. Then you go ahead and shampoo and condition your hair. And your hair should turn out really soft and moisturized. And those ends are pretty much sealed in shut, so they won't fray up and split and damage and break again. So that's pretty much how you seal your hair. And relaxed people can do it. Naturals, I suggest when you do your co-washing, if you're wearing your hair curly, after you co-wash, you get a little bit of the oil, you put it in your hands, and you rub it throughout your entire head right before you get out of the shower, because that is going to seal in that moisture. Once that moisture is sealed in, your hair should have a sheen to it. Like, I don't use any kind of oil sheens. I don't use anything else but the sealing method. And of course my shampoos and conditioners. But the sealing method really does help you retain length. And it helps you not have so many dry ends and split ends and dead ends and, you know, what have you. So this is just a good little tip for those who want to grow your hair out long. I don't cut my hair. I haven't trimmed it in about a year. I do dust whenever I feel is necessary, but for the most part, I generally daily seal my hair. I seal it before I go to bed at night. I seal it when I do a co-wash. I just seal my hair, and the sealing really helps with length retention. And like I said, I'm not making these methods up. These methods have been around for centuries. Like I said, most of the methods that I use are the methods that were done in East India, and those women are still doing these methods for centuries. As far as the oil, like I said, I don't use a grocery store brand product. I don't go to Whole Foods and buy oils. I use a cosmetic grade products. I import my products. Most of my products are not from the United States. They're from the countries that actually came up with these principles and practices. So they work, you know. So that's just it. Anyway, go to my website if you have any questions. My website again is justblaque.com. Mwah. All right, guys. It has been nice. I have a ton of things to do today. So I will see you later, okay? Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye.